Inclusive Friends, a non-governmental organization for persons with disabilities, has faulted the recently conducted 2023 general elections in Nigeria. Speaking at a press conference on Thursday in Abuja, the organization's executive director, Chris Jerry, noted that Nigeria's electoral umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, failed to put deployment strategies in place that will enhance the participation of persons with disabilities across the country. Clearview News Gloriata has the details.
The February 25th presidential and National Assembly elections and the March 18 gubernatorial and state houses of assembly elections, which were held in 28 states of the Federation, have been described as one of Nigeria's most historic elections, as it was the first general election to be conducted in the country since the signing of the 2022 Electoral Act, and expectations were high across quarters for the electoral umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, to deliver a free, fair and credible election to Nigerians. Following the polls, there were a series of reports by relevant stakeholders assessing the performance of the electoral body. With the dust from the election gradually settling down and the inauguration of a new administration less than 3 days away, Inclusive Friends, a non-profit organization for persons with disabilities, has faulted the recently conducted 2023 general elections in Nigeria. Speaking at a press conference, the organization's executive director, Grace Jerry, said Nigeria's electoral umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, failed in deploying and putting proper systems in place to enhance the participation of persons with disabilities in the polls, which contravenes Section 54 of the Electoral Act, which mandates the INEC to provide PWDs with aids or assistive electoral materials that eliminate any form of barriers or disablement which hinders their effective and independent participation in electoral processes.
INEC came up with a lot of, and they didn't hide this from us. They told us the numbers of the materials they were going to be deploying. But at the end of the day, persons with disabilities didn't see these materials and could not use them. And I would tie it down to the fact that strategic deployment plan was not in place. And that is why for me I would rate INEC, yes, they were able to keep to their word in terms of procuring and providing, but strategy for deployment and utilization is where it's kind of faulty and needs to be improved upon.
She therefore called on the incoming administration and other relevant stakeholders to work towards putting proper systems to ensure the participation of PWDs in Nigeria.
INEC should continue to engage and consult with disability communities, including OPDs like in the Inclusive Friends, to identify areas to be improved upon for more inclusive electoral processes. This cannot be overemphasized. Time for us to sit down and begin to reflect again. What didn't work? Why? What were the challenges? And how can we improve upon it ahead of the 2027 election and, of course, the off-cycle elections that are in between?
IFA calls on INEC to relocate inaccessible polling units and create new ones that are accessible and safe for voters with disabilities to effectively cast their votes independently.
The organization, through its Votability campaign, deployed 250 persons with disability election observers across 21 states to measure the deployment of PWD assistive materials, usage of PWD voter assistive materials, among others, and found a compliance level of only 35% across the country. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview News.